This team makes no sense. It's been like that since the start of the year, and that game was a reflection of it. From the start of the game, we make our first 10 field goals of the game. Everyone shows up. The gang's all there in that game. Everyone is great. Taurean Prince especially, who just had his 2 worst games, maybe as a Timberwolf. He was so bad the last 2 games in Anthony Edwards' absence. We've been missing him. That's been brutal. Also, still no Karl Anthony Towns. We were kind of at another low point of the season, and each time you feel like you hit a new low with this Timberwolves team, and then things are all done, and they have this daunting stretch ahead of them. They do something like this. They drop 140 against a 5 seed on the road and survive a 57-point night out of Julius Randle. And it's just, none of it makes sense. The only thing that makes sense is that nothing makes sense. I've watched Rob Perez, Swirley Worldwide Wob, make these recap videos for years on this Knicks team. And it's hilarious watching all the parallels of these Timberwolves teams. I know he talks about this team he knows that's gonna hurt him, that he just can't escape, and they keep dragging him back in because they'll have these blue-collar, hardy wins. And we did it right there too. Show some grit, recover off of a really rough stretch of 3 straight losses. That's also our 3rd game in 4 days, and we made it work. I don't know. A lot of Wolves show up in that game. Mike Conley gives us a big double-double, 24 points, 11 assists. Taurean Prince, as I mentioned, his night would go 8 of 8 from 3, 35 points, had 20 in the first half. Just couldn't miss. He had 1 missed field goal all game. So huge of him to recover after going, I think, 0 of 8 combined in the last 2 games from 3. Rest of the starters with pretty solid outings. Naz Reid, some nice plays. And Jalen Noel makes his return after 11 games. It's been kind of rough not having him in these stretches where we really need some offense, even though he's not a good perimeter jump shooter, and he would go from 2 from 3. However, he was really great scoring the ball in a lot of other ways tonight. Brings so much pace. Also 4 assists and 3 steals from him tonight, which is wonderful. That's why I got the Noel bucket supply represented. He would also pick up 4 fouls in pretty limited minutes, and fouling was something that was very present. That's how this was even a close game in that first half with how hot the Wolves were. They shot 71% from the floor, 77% from 3, and then 56% from the free throw line, because this team has to be just an anomaly. And even after all that, they only had a 9-point lead going into half because of the gigantic free throw disparity. At half, the Knicks were 17 of 20. The Wolves were 5 of 9. I actually only got to see the first half of that game, and it seems like I kind of missed out on a classic, but maybe a painful one, because I think we lost it into the 4th there, but then ended the game extremely strong. Maybe 16-5 run, I think. And I don't know, it was probably painful chaos, but maybe would have had a happy ending for once, I guess. Next game's Wednesday against the Hawks, who we just trounced about a week ago.